All right, good morning. Thanks for joining me here. Let's go ahead and open up our Bibles to 1 Corinthians chapter number 11. We're going to look at verse number 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse number 1. We're going to talk about interactions with our students at church. And so we're going to take a little bit of time and talk about this. It's a great topic and a great opportunity. And so 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1, Paul says, "Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ." You know, as a leader, that's exactly what we're doing. We are showing the way for our students to go. And so we've been set up an example, and we should live out the Christian life in a way that is profitable for our children. They're watching our lives. They're seeing what we do, what we don't do, how we act, how we react. And all those things are helping them to understand what Christians do and how Christians act. And as a teacher, we should be living out the Bible in our lives and setting this example that our children can follow. And so they look at our speech, our actions, our priorities, our attitudes, and like I said, the reactions, and they want to be a lot like us. It seems how somehow children always pick up on our worst habits. And so we want to try to do the very best we can to model the Christian life for them. And then beyond that, outside of our classroom, specifically the teaching time. When I say classroom, I'm talking about the time that we teach. So for instance, if you're teaching for an hour from 9 to 10, this is outside of that time. Doesn't mean outside of church necessarily. This is more through the church involvement I'm talking about today. So you can spend time with your children, get to know about them more, who they are, what they like. Take time to play one of their silly games with them and learn what their likes and dislikes are. Find opportunities for them to spend time with you, and remember the important things in their lives. Remember to pray for them, so on and so forth, and ask them, "Hey, how did your dentist appointment go?" They love to tell us and help us to understand how all that stuff works. And then kind of a little bit more removed from specifically just class time, and maybe each Sunday, we can give them a card for their birthday to say, "Hey, happy birthday." One of the things that we do here, you can take them to camp for a week as a counselor. Sign up to be a counselor and go to camp and go and be part of their lives for a week. Something I enjoy doing is giving them opportunity to win your time and attention. And so like bringing tracts and visitors, we have competitions. If you get the most tracts, I'll take you out to lunch. Or if you bring the most visitors for the quarter, same thing, I'll take you out to lunch. And so have them some opportunities where they can win your time and attention, and you can go out and spend some time with them. Bring them presents for Christmas, getting something that means something to them. Like if you know one of your students were collecting stamps, you would save all your stamps and bring them to them so they could have those stamps. You know, ministry cost. Anytime we're going to invest in somebody's life, it's going to cost. But there's things we can do and be creative that don't have to necessarily cost money. Picking up your stamps doesn't cost you anything, and it means something to your students. And really what they really want is our time. More importantly than buying them gifts and giving them things is just giving them our time and spending time with them, letting them know that we love them, care about them, and just spending time with them. And those memories that they make as they spend time with you, they will remember forever. And so they remember everything. They remember all the bads, all the goods. And you'll often hear about some of the things you did over the years that weren't your finest moments. They seem to come back out later on, and they love to give you a hard time about them. But it's a wonderful experience, and really what children want is to be noticed and to be loved. And we can do that by giving them our time and then looking for little ways just to be an encouragement and a blessing and a help in their lives. And so challenge us in this way that we would interact with our students and get the opportunity to go to camp for a week and be their counselor. It's a lot of fun and really is a blessing and an encouragement to young people. So I hope this has been a blessing and a help, and just challenge you to interact with your students. It's wonderful. That's part of why we do what we do, is so that we can make an impact in the lives of our children. And if we're not modeling it, who is going to do that for them? And so that's part of our role, is to model what a Christian is and how a Christian should live. And so just Yeah, it's a great opportunity. All right. Well, with that, we'll close for today, and Lord willing, we'll see you next time.